Hey everybody, I'm Bree and I'm back with another one for you. Today we are going to do a collective reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and North Node. So we're just going to jump. We're going to jump right into it, okay? Spirit said I got something to tell you, Cancer. We're going to jump right into it with the T. Seven of Swords. Okay. Jumped right into it with the T. Heard you. Spirit, please clarify this Seven of Swords. What is this Seven of... I don't know, like big clumps of cards. Thank you. However, I'm asking for clear and concise messages. I'm getting a pain. It's not feeling something right here. I don't know what that could be pertaining to. Spirit, please clarify the Seven of Swords and its crossing. Seven of Swords, High Priestess in the reverse, Four of Wands, upright. This Eight of Swords is, it keeps... I wasn't going to take the world, but the world came out. You have the world. The wheel. Eight of Swords. Strength in the reverse. Page of Pentacles. Okay. So what I am getting is that for a lot of you now, keep in mind that energy is very fluid. So this could be you, or it could be somebody that is like relevant to you in some way. So, you know, place the energy where it goes. However, what I'm seeing is that someone is either you're denying the truth, like you know what the truth is. Oh, and there's another card behind here. Oh wow, King of Swords under the High Priest. That is so funny because the High Priestess was in the reverse, right? It is in the reverse, and I didn't even see, but I just noticed right under that is the King of Swords, and I was just saying you're denying the truth, and it was so perfectly under, I didn't even see it like until I went to like really look at it. So you're either denying the truth, you know the truth, but you don't want to admit it. You're denying it. I keep getting denying it, but or like I heard time's up. So it's something to do with perception or how you're seen to the outside world. Like you don't want to let go of a certain image, a certain way of life that you have become known for. And this Seven of Swords is giving me lying to yourself. And the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Swords in reverse is right over it. It's like you feel like you have to portray a certain persona or play a certain role, and really you don't. And that cycle is like, it's over. It's like you playing a role for a movie that done ended. Why did I just hear that? I heard, okay, Mr. Bean. I don't know what that means, how that fall into your life. That could just be confirmation that this message is for you. You may have watched the Mr. Bean movie lately. I don't know. But let's go. Let's go. What is it that the Cancer Collective is denying or not wanting to see, not wanting to admit? Ace of Cups and Two of Cups. And the Empress. Okay. So Ace of Swords in the reverse on the bottom. So there's a new opportunity. I'm hearing a new person. So that may resonate with some people, but I'm also hearing like, or I'm getting like an opportunity to be a new person. Different than, who you've been thus far on your journey or who you've become known for at this point in time. Hearing this is child's play. Like, whatever it is that you're indulging in, and like, I'm really getting like, is when it comes to people, it could be romantic, family, friends, but when it comes to how you're perceived by people outside of yourself, it's very like you are so consumed with that. Like, you make decisions based off of that, and you have an opportunity being presented to you. And so I'm getting that it doesn't look like an opportunity for many of you. This could be coming in the form of some type of trial and tribulation. That's how true it is. That's playing Justice on the bottom. Emperor. Ten of Wands. What did I say? What did I say? The Sun and the Four of Cups. You have an opportunity to be a new person. You on that. I'm not going to say you're on the journey. I'm not going to say you're on the journey because this is giving. This is. You know what I'm seeing? So I'm seeing. I don't know if any of you know that meme where it's like a video of this little kid and he has the soda in his in his hand and he's like side eyeing. It's like, you see me, but you acting like you don't see me. That's energy that you're giving this opportunity. Okay. Clarify this Emperor. It's like okay, I'm gonna get right back to that. I'm going to get right back to that. Three of Wands on the bottom of the deck. I'm gonna take that because. Okay, so this Sun and this Four of Cups is really giving like. You are thinking about all of the things that is going to, like, you're thinking more of all of the things that is going to cost you rather than what you're going to gain. by taking a certain action or going on this journey to become a new person, become a new you. I just heard the true you. So it's not even about becoming a new person. It's about living in your truth more so. You've been playing a part for so long. I'm seeing the mask in my head. Like, you know the movie The Mask. Might be showing my age there, but it's like when you have on this mask, you're totally unrecognizable. You're a totally different person, and you had on that mask for so long that you nearly forgot. You nearly forgot that that's not truly who you are. But it's certain things, certain moments that bring you back to center and remind you that the mask is not who you are. That's who you portray yourself to be. And you have an opportunity to, I'm here, F it. And just be who you truly are. But, and you know what's funny? Like, what I'm getting from this Eight of Swords, like, the fears that you have in your head, most of them now, granted, you may deal with certain things pertaining to the Hermit. You may deal with certain things pertaining to, that's funny. I said I was going to take, no, I didn't take it. I didn't take it, actually. You got the Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands under it. I didn't take it, but it was the Three of Wands. But you have this Knight of Wands here, and it's in the reverse. I'm going to take that one. I don't always take the cards on the bottom of the deck. I do incorporate them into the reading because it's significant. However, feeling to take that one. Okay, so there are going to be some things that you do deal with because of this new, it's going to be a new you to others, but it's the true you to yourself. Deep down, you know that's who you truly always have been inside, or when nobody is watching. The Hermit, when nobody's watching, that's who you've always been. And I'm getting like deep contemplation, like seeing someone that is like, so what I'm seeing in my head, this could be true for some of you. Being at a gathering, maybe the club, maybe a family get together, and putting on this face, but then you go home, and when you get alone, it's like you don't feel fulfilled. Like, you know, you just came from a lit event and you feel good afterwards. Like, you go like Sunglasses and Advil. Last night was mad real. I'm hearing that. And usually you will wake up feeling good. I'm getting like these palpitations. It's maybe something, I don't know. I don't know what that's about. But you're not feeling the same excitement that you once had, or the same fulfillment that you once had from doing certain things that relate to the persona that you've been putting on. Like, I'm getting like, you might be out at the club, but really you want to go to the poetry lounge. Like, you don't even, you got the section, the bottles, the hookah, it's lit, everybody, but you really want to go to the poetry lounge and like, I don't know, like that's just more your vibe, and this is just not your vibe, and you just like, but I don't know anybody else that, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody else around me that even would want to go there with me, and I'm hearing scared to look stupid. So whatever it is that you're into, you may be scared to look stupid to the people that you're around. The gossip, because you know, if people ain't gonna do nothing else, they're gonna run their mouth. I'm trying to refrain from cursing. Just know, if y'all get a personal reading from me, I'm not going to refrain. Unless it really bothers you, like, you know, boo, but it really bothers you. The moon. Clarify this moon. I already kind of, as soon as it came out, I already kind of felt the energy from it. This Justice card was out on, it was on the bottom of the deck before. Funny enough, Three of Pentacles and Gossip. Three of Pentacles and Gossip. Page of Swords. What I'm getting off this Three of Pentacles and Page of Swords is like people talking about you. Or at least that's what you are worried about. For someone. Make sure I'm drawing cards far up under there. Ten of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. You have the Magician. I'm going to clarify the Magician in a minute, but this, like, okay, so you not living in your truth and walking, and it's not necessarily walking away from people. I mean, granted, when you elevate and evolve, that is kind of something that comes with the territory. But you not pursuing or cultivating this life that you know would truly make you happy is putting you into a depression. And I'm hearing a lot of the fears that you have is things that you've done to others behind closed doors. And now you don't want it to be you. You don't want to be on the other side. Now that wheel is making a lot more sense too. One thing about them tables, they gonna turn. And you know, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. That's just how it go. But you grow through what you go through. Like certain things is unavoidable. You gonna get what you dished out. My ears just rung for confirmation. So that is a lot of what you're fearing, is like to be the person that you talked about or that you came for in one way or another. And now you see them in a much happier place. Now you see, now that you've seen them go through the ringer, and you was a part of whatever misfortunes they was going through in one way or another. You may not have actively been a part of the misfortunes they was going through, but I'm hearing salt on the wound, throwing salt on the wound, adding insult to injury. Yeah, so they may have already been down on, their own terms, and you came and just did not make it any better. And now you don't want to be in their shoes. But now you see, I just heard, it could never be me. You may have been one of those people, one of those I could never people. And, God is showing you, you very well can. And if you want to, see, one thing about the Most High, He is the plot twist master. Temperance in reverse. He is the plot twist master. So, this is all a part of the plan. Clarify this temperance in reverse. Yeah, it's all part of the plan. Death and rebirth. Six of Cups. Yes, the plan is to shed off the old you that you genetically modified. So it's like you grew this way of life or persona for yourself, and it just was never true to you. It never even felt right, but it became so familiar that it just was what you did. I'm hearing the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know, and that's not necessarily true. That's giving me this moon energy, like not really seeing things clearly. So what's some advice for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and North Node? What is some advice? I'm gonna move closer to the table so these cards don't keep flying onto the floor. What is some advice for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and North Node? They're still gonna fly onto the floor. One more, please, and thank you. One more. Give me two more. So the Hierophant a lot of times can mean like traditional way. And remember I, was basically saying like it didn't feel true to you, but it became familiar. It became the norm. And it's time to heal from that. It's time to, I'm hearing go against the grain, but it's time to do things that's out of the norm, that was not expected of you. You gon' like I said, karma. And it's so funny, I just wrote that in as a caption in my story earlier today. It was a video of a cop who stopped an ambulance because the ambulance didn't move over for him. And he was like, oh, you're not gonna move for a emergency vehicle, even though they're an emergency vehicle. And he arrested the EMT. Then, years later down the line, mind you, let me not skip over that. He arrested the EMT while the EMT is trying to tell him, I have a patient in the ambulance. They were having a heart attack. They're trying to get them to the hospital. Like, we don't have time for this. And he's like, I don't care, you do as I say, and da. A couple years later, the cop ends up dying of a heart attack. And in my caption, I wrote, karma is a patient elephant. I don't know why, I've never heard that before. I don't know why that came to me, but it's so funny, an elephant figurine is like staring me right in my face. But the elephant is known for its memory. They're known for having a very good memory. And sometimes we feel like we got away with things because our life is going so well. We may have a good job, we may have I don't know, I'm hearing like good friends. You may have things that's just what most people want. You get what I mean? And it's time to pay your dues. Like, we feel like sometimes we escape the karma because we've acquired these things or we have these things in our life. And karma is a patient elephant. She does not forget. Sometimes karma will allow you to accrue these things just so when she comes in, it's not like she's taking something from nothing. You gonna feel it harder because of all the things that you have accrued and all that you went through to get those things. But I keep hearing it's time to pay your dues. However, on the other side of the do's and the don'ts, the star energy. You're thinking about all of the things that may go wrong or will be at risk to lose. But there's something so fulfilling on the other side. I'm hearing because God loves you, he corrects you, he chastises you. The karma is the chastisement. It's not so much as punishment as it's correction. Sometimes it's punishment, but most times it's correction. You know, I'm hearing God knows my heart. So maybe you are not, you don't intend to be, or you want to be a certain kind of person. I'm hearing shady, sneaky. You don't intend to be a certain kind of person, but it's like the environment you may have grew up around, or you know, spent so much time in, or you know, being a certain way has helped you get to where you are. And so now to change and be something different, you feel like you're gonna lose everything. But you know, and everybody prays. I'm hearing Sam Smith pray. So when I asked about advice, 7 of Cups and the Devil both came out crossing. They both came out sideways. And what I'm getting off of that, like, you have to stop hesitating, and there's certain things that you have to let go of and step away from. Maybe could be people, places, or things. I mean, you have to heal from the past, because I don't think we all realize how much childhood trauma affects us as an adult, but it does. And a lot of times that childhood trauma dictates actions that we take in our adult life that just are not the best for us. Like, you know, there may be a defense mechanism that you used in your childhood that, you know, kept you safe or got you what you needed, whatever case may be, that is not working against you in this time. Like that chapter where those things worked is done. And so now it's time to, this is the time where you can be your authentic self and not have to stay within the confines of public perception or, you know, scarcity. Hearing scarcity mindset. So you may not even you know, deal with scarcity anymore, but you still have like some of that mindset and some of the tendencies of somebody who's lived in scarcity. Okay, we're going to get you your Oracle guidance card. What is some guidance for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and North Node? What is some guidance? Pick it out of these four cards dropped on the floor, but I'm only going to take one. I just heard two, so I'm gonna take two. Just because lost lands, soul memories, and gifts, you've done this before. That's not the one that I'm taking, but that's the one that I was just looking at, but I'm really drawn to these two. So we have trust the timing. It says trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. And surrender to the sweetness. Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. What did I say? There's some things that you're going to have to get, you know, that you're going to have to let go of. But it's something so much better on the other side, you know. Surrender. Let's see. That's crazy. They're right next to each other in the book too. Okay. So, trust the timing. So often, those who feel like they're here for a reason sense that time is running out, and they spend their life worrying that they might miss their moment. But the only way to miss your life or your moment is to spend your time worrying about missing it. It's never too late to answer a calling, and you're never too old. The tides of your life are magnificently orchestrated to come in and out in perfect unison. Don't race ahead and ride a wave that was never meant for you. Clock that. You'll waste your precious time and energy when instead you could be enjoying your life. Everything has a season, and you're being called to trust the one you're in. Don't let impatience, comparison, competition, or paranoia disturb the seeds. It seems that everyone has anxieties these days, constantly scanning for something they might have missed or a possible threat. Remember, I kept getting like stuff in my chest, so it could be, and I was thinking that earlier, I should have said it, but it could be like anxiety attacks or just panic attacks, or just having a lot of anxiety around making these moves, or you know. Okay, keeping our mind and body pointed in the same direction as our soul is near impossible at such reactive speeds. Right now, you're being reminded to take a breath and trust the wave you came in on, to trust the season you're in. Time isn't running out. There's plenty of time. There's no rush, and it's never too late. Starseed Soul Inquiry. How can you trust the timing of your life a little bit more? So that's a question that you guys can ask yourself to help you move forward. Now, surrender to the sweetness. This is a sensual, highly feminine card. It's a call to surrender to the sweetness of life, to let the ever-abundant feminine take over, to taste the fruits you've been working so hard to grow, to let your senses take over and really drink in your life with wonder, to get intoxicated on the simple bounty that this planet has to offer, and which you have within yourself when your well is full. The ancient Babylonians connected the feminine goddess Ishtar to the planet Venus. And in Roman mythology, Venus was the goddess of love and beauty. In our night sky, aside from the moon, Venus shines the brightest. Time is our most precious resource, and it's the greatest healer. If you've been all work and no play, this is a sign to take some time out, to reconnect with your lover, play with your children, and give yourself the luxury of time without an agenda. Many of us are so busy building our lives that we forget to enjoy them. We forget why we decided to build them in the first place. Disconnection from the sweetness causes more pain than we realize. So many of us walk into soulless buildings 5 days a week in the name of survival. We strive to build the life of our dreams, but drive ourselves to exhaustion. This card is wooing you back to the pleasures of being human, to focus on what really matters and enjoying your incredible life. So, Starseed Soul Inquiry. How can you surrender to the sweetness of life? What's one way you can enjoy your life a little bit more? Yeah, and to add to that, like I said, like, you know, you may have been playing this role, maybe the provider, the breadwinner, and you could have judged somebody for, you know, being more carefree, lackadaisical, and now you don't want to be the one being judged. You know, it could be something like that. But I don't know why I just seen somebody painting. So maybe like you feel like spending more time doing what you truly want to do and being who you truly want to be is gonna come off as unserious, lazy, you know, or just not as glamorous as the position you're in right now, whether that be a job or life itself. You gotta let go of that. Yeah, they're gonna talk about you how you talked about the other people. Listen, it's all fair. It ain't no foul, you know. So you're just gonna have to eat that and move forward, knowing that on the other side, when you are truly satisfied and fulfilled in life, you really don't care what people have to say. Like, so it's like, once you actually get to that point, you're not even gonna, like, it's not going to affect you the way it's affecting you now. Like, it's affecting you now more than it actually will once you make the moves. So that is the reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising and North Node. And I hope that you got something from it. And until next time.